All right, so we got our Nintendo Direct. We got a bunch of new games. Those are gonna last who knows how long, but it's pretty clear at this point we aren't quite done with the Nintendo Switch. But we did just get some very interesting information from Nintendo's investors meeting about the next Switch that we have to talk about right now. What's up, guys? Welcome back, or welcome in for the first time. Do me a favor, jump down to the description of this video. You're gonna find all kinds of links down there. One of those links is going to be to our podcast channel. We do a podcast every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern over on that YouTube channel. If you miss us live, you can catch us on any podcast platform that you like to listen to podcasts. But let's get into this stuff. My phone just shut off. Okay, so I woke up this morning and I was scrolling through Twitter and I saw a Nintendo Life article about the investors meeting, and it was more about the Q&A part of the investors meeting. Now, again, we're not getting a Switch 2 anytime soon. It's probably not coming anytime this year. It's probably going to be at least halfway through next year, and that is, I don't even know if we're gonna get that at this point. It's gonna be a while. But of course, people are asking questions about the next system, the next whatever it's gonna be, and obviously questions about the next Switch or the next, again, whatever it will be. These questions are gonna come up. These are people who are investing in the company. They wanna know what's next. So, they kind of have to answer them at least a little bit. And it looks like one of the questions about the next generation was basically if people are gonna be able to take their Nintendo accounts over with them. And this is something we have talked about several times on this channel. We talked about it on the podcast several times. Now, Nintendo has kind of been notorious for kind of leaving the system and whatever you did on that system right there with the system. Let's say, just for instance, the Wii U. I have a Wii U over there with all kinds of games on it, but they are literally tied to that system. It was much different then. It's not, oh, you got a new Switch, so you can just kind of move your games over to that Switch. Not really the same. The games are tied to the systems when it comes to the Wii U and back. Now, we've seen with the Switch, we've got our Nintendo accounts, and those kind of tie all of our stuff together. Our games, basically everything. Our online subscriptions, anything we get online is connected to the stuff that we do on the Switch, which is nice. It's been very good to see Nintendo finally go over to a system like that where everything just kind of works. But again, we have seen Nintendo abandon things like this several times, but we did get some concrete information from Furukawa, and I'm gonna read this for you here. And this is translated, so, this might not be exactly, but this is translated. It says, as for the transition from Nintendo Switch to the next generation machine, we want to do as much as possible in order to smoothly transition our customers while utilizing the Nintendo account. That is actually a pretty big thing. That does mean that our current Nintendo accounts are going to be what we use to sign into the next generation machine. Now, I do want to say, nobody's talking about a Switch 2 here. Nobody's talking really about anything of what this could be, but the wording on that, it's very interesting. The wording on that tells me this actually might not be a Nintendo Switch 2 like we're thinking. Like, I was under the assumption that, the Switch family, that's basically what we're gonna get, is a better Switch. Something with the same basic features, just everything upgraded, quality of life improvements, things like that. This kind of sounds like maybe that's not the case. We're not gonna get into that in this video. That is interesting, but we're not gonna go into that in this video. What I do wanna talk about is what this means for the rest of our Nintendo accounts. Now, obviously, they're not saying anything about if this next machine is going to be backwards compatible or not, but our Nintendo accounts are tied to our games. Saying what they said there does give me a little bit more hope that we are going to be able to play these games on the next Switch. I feel like with 290 million users out there, we've got to be able to use some of this stuff on the next Switch. It would be crazy to just abandon all that and kind of just go in a completely new direction like we've seen them do with the Wii U and the Wii. We watched them do this, but no one else is doing that anymore. You can play your PlayStation 4 games on your PlayStation 5. You can play basically everything Xbox has made on an Xbox Series S or X. That doesn't mean Nintendo's going to do that. We know they do things their own way, but that's just kind of standard at this point. So I would say, while this does not say we are getting backwards compatible Switch 2 next year, whatever it's gonna be, I think this does give us a little bit of hope knowing that the Nintendo accounts we have right now are what we are going to be using going forward. Either way, all this stuff is pretty interesting. We can hear Nintendo speaking about the next Switch. You know, we're there. It may not be coming for a little while, but investors are asking questions. They're answering those questions. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot more stuff come out of this investors meeting, but this is good. This is great stuff. I'm really happy to hear we're gonna be able to keep our Nintendo Switch accounts, but let me know what you guys think about all this stuff down in the comments below. Is this next thing gonna be backwards compatible? I think it might be. Honestly, I like this language, like what they're saying here, but guys, that's gonna do it for this one. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. Please leave a like. Make sure you are subscribed. We'll see you in the next one.